Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Stylist Opportunity Call. We are so excited for you guys to be here and to hear some incredible stories of how this company has changed a couple of lives here and quite a few lives across our company as well. So we've got some great stories for you guys to hear tonight, and we've got some great education for you to hear tonight and understand how our company works, how our products work. It's just going to be a great time. We're excited to have you here. My name is Kyla Williamson. I'm a Senior Executive Director with MONAT, and I have been a stylist for almost 20 years now, which is very weird to say, almost 20 years. And I joined this company 5.5 years ago. I was the very first stylist to join. And 5.5 years ago looked very, very different than it does now. We only had 9 products. I didn't have a website. I didn't have PDF files. I didn't have videos to watch. Nobody knew anything about the product. So it was a huge leap of faith. And I'm so thankful that I did jump in and listen to my gut. So just a little bit about me. I'm from Oklahoma, born and raised. And I have 3 kiddos. I've been married to my husband. We just celebrated our 20-year anniversary. And, you know, before we got into MONAT, well, let me take you back 7 years ago. I had a surgery and my husband had broke his foot at work. And my income was completely ripped out from under us for about 6 weeks. I was really only expecting to be off work for about a week, and that's all I planned for. And as you guys know, if we don't work, we don't get paid. And so I only planned to be off a week, and I was out for about 4 or 5 weeks. And that really put us in a financial bind. And so as we're going through this time right now of this virus that's going around, my heart just goes out to so many that have been stopped in their tracks and can't work. So I know exactly what that feels like. But when I went through that time, it really put us in a financial bind, and it just was out of control, and I could just never catch up. And so I knew I needed something to supplement my income if that should ever happen again. And so that's when I was kind of introduced to direct sales. And you know, I was in another company, and I was doing okay. I mean, I was making around $300 to $500 a month, and it was helping a little bit. But I felt like my dreams were a little bit bigger than that. And the reason why is because I have 3 kids. And, you know, I was at the peak of my career. I had everything I'd ever wanted, everything I ever dreamed of, but I never factored in having 3 kids. And the time management just wasn't there. My husband always joked that everybody thinks I'm a single dad, because I always say being a hairdresser is like being a doctor. You work after 5, and on the weekends you're always on call, right? So that's kind of where our life was. And I got introduced to MONAT 5.5 years ago, and I actually said no. I really was not interested in that. I was working 3 jobs at the time trying to make ends meet. I was super busy. I didn't have time for one more thing. And so the day that I said no, it just kind of hit me like, what if that could be something really special? So a friend of mine, Julie Stevens, she contacted me again, and that was the day that I'd gotten a letter in the mail that my home was about to go into foreclosure. And so that was the day that I said yes, that I just needed to make a house payment because I needed to help my family out of the situation that we were in. And little did I know, by saying yes to something, that the doors that it would open for me and my family financially. But on the other side of it, I felt like I was a little bit burned by the product industry. I felt like everything that was supposed to be exclusive to us as hairstylists, it was sold in big name brand stores. You know, all the big stores sold everything that we could sell. And so I was a little bit burned by the product industry, and I didn't really retail out of my salon. I wasn't really married to a product. I had a few things that I loved, but nothing really worked and did exactly what I wanted it to do for my clients. And, you know, being a hairstylist, we weren't really taught about the things that we see in the field, right? We weren't really taught about hair loss and all the things scientifically about the scalp. And so I've learned so much about how our products work and how this has really helped our clients. And, you know, everything that they told me about MONAT was exactly what I'd always been looking for, but nothing ever offered it. And so, you know, all the things like paraben-free, gluten-free, vegan, sodium sulfate-free, all of those things, while promoting healthy hair growth, those things just weren't offered without all the chemicals and toxins. And so that's where my brain was as far as product sales go. And but when I found out all the things that MONAT was about, I thought this could really be something special. And I'll never forget the first wash that I ever did. It was incredible. That first wash, I just could not believe my hair. I was suffering from hair loss. And what I've learned about hair loss is that when somebody has hair loss, it's coming from the inside. And so many people take medications, they change their diet, they have surgeries, they have illnesses, all these things, gastric bypass surgery, stress is probably the #1 cause of hair loss. Everybody goes through hair loss. And we go through shedding phases and we have dormant phases. And this has been a thing from the very beginning of time. And so we have something that we can offer that's a healthy alternative. And I'm just so very thankful that that I've been brought into this company and I've been able to change thousands and thousands of lives. And my financial future looks so different now. As a stylist, I did not have a retirement set up. I did not have a secure financial future. I often thought about myself, you know, am I going to have to do hair till I'm 85 or 90 years old? Because I mean, here I am this way in my financial situation, like how am I going to get out of this? And so I wanted something that I could really help me secure my future and leave a great legacy for my family. And this company has offered not only myself opportunities, but it's offered my kids opportunities as well. I have a senior in high school this year. He's going to play college football. And it's just offered him such great opportunities to be able to further his career and his academics. And it's just been such a huge, huge blessing. And I'm very thankful that I'm here to share my story with you. And next, I am going to bring on Miss Mandy Evans. And let me tell you about Miss Mandy. She is one of a kind, an amazing leader in our company. She is a legacy founder. She's a senior executive director. She has over 200,000 followers on YouTube. She is a YouTube sensation for sure. A lot of you guys have probably watched a lot of her tutorial videos, and she is a mama of 2 beautiful boys, and I'm so honored to have her come on next. Miss Mandy Evans.
Well, hello everyone. Oh my gosh, I am so excited to be here, and thank you so much, Kyla. You guys, craziest thing ever. Kyla was the first hairstylist ever to get into this business. And when I got in, I asked, is there any hairstylists doing this? And there was one at the time. So that's Kyla for you. And here I am now. I guess you can say maybe the second to get in. I do know I was the first YouTuber to get into this business. And I will tell you guys what, you guys probably all have heard it changes your life. You know, you've all heard of it, but truly, it's changed my life. Okay. I had quite a bit of success before I got into this business. And I want you guys to know this because the thing is I worked my entire career as a hairstylist to get to where we all potentially want to go, which is either you want to be like a brand ambassador, you want to be part of a team, you want to be a platform artist, you want to be an educator, right? We all kind of get to a point where we at one point in your life, in your career, you want to be spotlighted, right? So I'll tell you what I did. I worked my heart out to be a part of a company. And at that time, I didn't really know what it was going to be, but I'll tell you what, I was a part of a lot of different sponsorships, meaning companies would want you to promote their products. They send you free stuff and you promote their stuff, right? So that obviously was a really cool gig that I've had I still have it. And I want you guys to know I'm not going to say any names as far as brands goes because that's just not what we're going to do here. But I do want you guys to know that as a hairstylist and having this opportunity to be a hairstylist, which by the way, all you hairstylists, you guys, I say go us, because the thing about being a hairstylist, it's not easy work. We love it so freaking much, but we go home sometimes crying because we wish we forgot to eat, pee, drink, take a break, right? We all get it. Our bodies hurt. We're exhausted. So there was a day that I do remember that I came home and I was like, gosh, husband of mine, I don't know, like, if I can do this forever. And I know every one of you stylists here right now, you've gone home at one point with your feet hurting and your back hurting, right? And we want to do it forever, but we can't. So what I did was I actually kind of started looking at my future, you guys. Even though, yeah, I'm only 31 and I feel young still, but I knew that I couldn't do hair forever. So what I did is, I want you guys to honestly know how I got involved, okay? I actually got this in the mail. This dang stinking Rejuvenate oil. I got this in the mail, and this is what made my life and my career with this company change. This is what made me decide, yes, to MONAT, because I'll tell you what, there's nothing else like this oil. I was stuck on all the other oils out there. Nobody was ever going to tell me that this oil was better than other oils. Like, this oil goes in everything. Okay. But I want you guys to know a simple little oil did change my life, because as a hairstylist, I did care about what people were putting on their hair. I know you all do too, but I want you guys to know, after declining big contracts, being flown out to New York City and getting mentored by big companies, and they wanted me to do it their way, not the Mandy Sue way, it was their way. And that really was hard for me, because I know all of us hairstylists, we're independent people, right? We don't want bosses. We really want to be our own boss. And so when I went to New York and I was there for a solid week, and I was about to sign on to a big company, and they were literally going to fly me around. I was going to be a part of their education group, and it was going to be absolutely the number one thing in my career that I honestly wanted my whole life. But you guys, guess what? For some dang reason, I saw the big picture, and what the big picture was for me was, it wasn't temporary money. It wasn't a temporary success. It wasn't just like all of a sudden I did that and it went away. I didn't want that. I didn't want some brand to change the way I talked, the way I did things, the way I was a self-starter. Okay. And that was it was a very hard no to say no to that company. But I'll tell you guys what I did do. I did what all of you probably are about to do, and I went to little Google and I researched what residual income was. Because when I got this oil, the upline was like, yo, listen, this can change your life, and this is the best oil, and you can make residual income. I didn't know what that meant, you guys. I really didn't. And so I went to Google, found out what residual income was, and pretty much, you guys, let me explain. It's called what we call passive income. I went to a bunch of podcasts and started learning about passive income. You guys, pretty much to narrow it down, it's making money while you sleep. That's the hustler money. All right. That's the money that we dream to have. And how do we get it? Well, guess what? There's 22 ways to get residual income. The top 3 is 1, index funds, 2, a YouTube account, 3, affiliate. Okay. Guess what all of us MONAT market partners are? We have affiliate links, and we get paid dang good money doing it. All of these girls that you're going to watch tonight, all of us are directors. We're all making 6 figures, and we're not going to sit there and tell you, oh my gosh, it's all about the money. But you guys, this is about the time freedom that you do get. You might be able to take a Saturday off. Okay, that's really cool. And obviously during this time, you know, we get a quarantine, but we're all about to go back to work. And you guys, I just want you guys to know one last thing, and we're gonna pass this over. The craziest thing is you're already doing what we're doing right now, is you're washing hair. Why not double up? Double up your money, you guys. You're already washing hair. Do you think all the other big brands are paying you guys right now? Really? Think about the products that are sitting on your shelves in your back bar. Are they paying you? No, they're not. And that's what I looked at for myself. I wanted to be sure that I was going to be somebody who was going to be able to go after my dreams, my goals, and be with a company that will help me dream bigger. But not only with that, I get to help change people's lives. And that's what's amazing. So you guys, that's really, I just wanted you guys to know a little bit about that. And I want you guys to know, if you're going after your big goals with being an educator or being whatever you want to be in this industry, it's incredible, but you can't do it forever. So do yourself a favor, find up a back plan. This was a plan C for me. It turned to plan A. I do hair when I want to do hair, and that's the joy of hair, because I get to do it when I want to do it. So I just can't wait for you guys to hear next from Christina Smallwood. You guys, she's somebody that will absolutely blow your mind, not only with her product knowledge, but you guys, she's a celebrity hairstylist. That's a big deal. She's a celebrity stylist where she gets to use these products on the TV, okay? And you know what, there's no better way of doing it. And I'm gonna have Christina come on. You guys, she's a director. She's about to be in $1 million club soon with Monet. So Christina, you go, girl.
Thank you, Mandy. What an intro. I've already loved hearing what both of you guys had to say, because I'm just like, yes, yes, yes. And the thing is, let me tell you a little bit about me. Okay. I eat, sleep, breathe hair my whole life. Like, I gave my first haircut when I was 4 years old. I didn't cut my own hair. I cut my friend's hair. Like, I knew I wanted to do hair. And I went straight into the ROP out of high school, got an assisting job, became a sponge. I loved the whole industry. I loved learning in the industry. And I became a product educator. I started a company with my girlfriend doing hair and makeup here in Southern California. It's always wedding season for the most part. So we had a great, we were sitting on a great opportunity there. And I grew my clientele fairly quickly behind the chair, worked at an upscale salon in Orange County. I basically maxed out all my ways. I hadn't met Mandy Sue, so I didn't know about residual income, or else I would have been on YouTube with her. But no, it's like, I just knew I was passionate about the industry, didn't really have direction, didn't really have a plan. I just was going so fast. And thinking about taking a Saturday off really does blow my mind, because I used to like, oh, it's on a Saturday, I can't go. I just knew. I knew I couldn't go. Didn't matter when it was. I always said no to Saturdays, because that was a big money day. My husband and I, we got married. We, in the meantime, I always leave him out of my whole story, but I mean, he's a big part of it. But I always said yes to when people wanted to like let me sign up on their team and like sell things off my shelf. So for me, I wasn't against direct sales. I just, I was open to it, but it never really amounted to anything, like a little bit of commission here and there. But I was like, whatever, I'm here. I may as well offer them a product. And I loved all the other products. Like, I love supporting other network marketing companies. So fast forward, we fell into some infertility stuff, and ultimately led us to adoption of our daughter. And we did private domestic. So that means, if you've ever seen the movie Juno, I was Jennifer Garner, literally to a T. And we were chosen by a pregnant, expectant mother. And that whole relationship is so cool, but it's expensive. And also it's the unknown. You have no idea what's going to happen, and you cannot prepare. And I wasn't really a preparer anyway, so I just threw myself into it. And our daughter was born 9 weeks early. And I remember the whole way to the hospital, you guys, I was texting my clients, I was texting my assistants, like formulas were going left and right. And I was just making sure that my whole world was taken care of while I was going to the hospital to meet my daughter. And I get into the room, and the moment I laid my eyes on her, you guys, my whole mindset shifted, okay? This became my priority, and I was like only consumed and cared about her. Now, as a hairstylist, never having stepped away from the chair before, I spent the next 5 weeks in an EQ doing skin to skin and getting like the blessing and gift of time with my daughter. Now, the hairstylist in me totally died. I was not able to go back to work because I wanted to bond with her. She was a preemie. I didn't trust anybody in my house, like the whole nine. Long story short, I ended up doing hair out of my kitchen sink, which is like was so embarrassing to me that I was like gonna possibly open my own salon in, the heart of Orange County, and now I'm doing hair out of my kitchen sink. Like, that was devastating to me. But I did it because my clients were loyal and I loved them and everything. Then I got the opportunity to do Tamara Judge's hair for something and potentially work on the show. And that came right around the time as I got invited to a wine and wash party. Now, let me tell you, I was not anti-direct sales, but a hair care one, like, no. I was a product educator for a chunk of my career with an amazing, incredible boutique line, okay? So I was familiar with walking into a salon and talking to people about something that they maybe haven't heard of, or it's not sold in Cosmoprof or salon-centric. So people want to just turn their nose up to it, like, well, I can't get it there. It's not going to be convenient. It's probably not good. If it was good, it would be in salon-centric or in Cosmoprof. And it's just a popularity contest. So the product was good, and now it is huge, but I was used to that. So I was like, oh, no. Okay, I know products. I took it to Facebook. I was like, nobody uses stuff. I'm a professional. I'll buy you stuff at my price. Like, just don't do it. That's how against it I was. And I told all my clients not to use it, and then I'd be upset with them if they used it and ruined my hair color because this stuff was going to ruin their hair. So 6 weeks later, one of my girlfriends sits in my chair and she has severe psoriasis. And I'm talking like bloody, open wounded psoriasis. I laugh because if she's on here, she's going to be mortified that I even said that. I'm not laughing at it. It's very serious. And she, it was substantially healed. And she was either pregnant or nursing at the time. And I was like, are you on any medication? Because normally you can't take any if you're pregnant or nursing. She was like, no, I've been using MONAT. And I'm like, I felt horrible because here I was like so prideful and ignorant that I almost stopped her from using something that helped her. And that was the first time the product spoke to me. The second time was another client of mine had a Brazilian blowout effect. And I just was blown away. I was like, you had a Brazilian blowout. And she's like, no, I've been using MONAT. I've been using MONAT. And I'm like, what? So I got it in my hair. I openly wear extensions. I love, big, huge, full hair. And I always had to wash my hair on the top with something. My hair on the bottom was something else. My extensions didn't ever last super, super long, even if I had great lengths, like the best quality of hair and all that. And I was shocked that I was able to use one product, basically kill two birds with one stone. I didn't love it on my first wash, my second wash, or my third wash because I didn't follow the instructions because of the technology. And you guys, this little bottle that got Mandy got me too, okay? This is where the proof is. So when I sit at a table with somebody, because now I have the car, I go on the trips, I'm one of those girls now. And when I sit at a dinner meeting, I'm not gonna go up to you and talk about it. I'm not gonna be crazy. But if they come at me and they're like, hey, so give us the spiel, why MONAT? And I'm like, well, what you're using on your hair, it's probably gentle, okay? There are some lines that, yes, it's not going to hurt your hair. It's gentle. But if there's sodium lauryl sulfates or anything like that in it, then you're damaging your follicle. And MONAT is more like a nutrition system for your hair. So if you're going to wash your hair anyway, why not use something that's going to be helping your hair? And when I say it like that, they're like, the light bulbs go off in their eyes. Most people surrounded by me use it because I'm a natural advocate for the products now. And I see it. And I remember being where you're at, where you're skeptical, wanting to be find our loophole or find how we're lying to you. We're not, okay? This stuff is good. And we want more stylists behind us. There's a whole Facebook page or Instagram page and Facebook dedicated to stylists. And you guys, I've never been a part of a stylist community like this. There's so much sharing of formulas and support and blasting each other's work, okay? That didn't happen before. It wasn't like that. It was oh no, I'm not going to share that because then she might go to them. And we all share, we give freely. It's we're hippies over here, peace, hope, and love with our MONAT, okay? But I joined the business, and honestly, I had no idea what the heck I was doing. I just followed the little roadmap that came with my product pack and learned and grew and was a sponge along the way. And I've gotten to meet incredible women like this and the next gal I'm going to introduce. But ultimately, you guys, these products, there is something for every hair type. So every hairstylist that ends up joining my team, and I have a lot of them, they say, I only use MONAT, and they were gonna just use it just for, you know, the anti-aging or help people grow back their hair, or maybe the Brazilian blowout effect. And you guys, MONAT is so on top of it. They see a need and they come out with a new product line or a new set of products that's gonna tackle that problem. And now I don't have to go out of my product line for anything. There's something for everybody. We are proprietary blends. And, you know, if you've heard of anyone that's had a bad experience, I guarantee you, I could have stopped on that first, second, or third wash where I just didn't love it. I was like, what is happening? But I had already had my mind open. So I was committed to making it work. And I'm so glad I did, because my husband and I are actually able to adopt more children now. We have twin 2-year-olds upstairs, hopefully going to sleep soon. And I never would have been able to grow my family or be in the position I am if it weren't for MONAT and saying yes and having an open mind. So I'm going to pass it off to an incredible mentor of mine. She is a senior executive director, $1 million earner. She turned her small little purchase pack into over $1 million, and I'm so excited to introduce her. If I can find you on the toolbar.
I've got it. I'm on.
Okay, I just need to, let me cancel my spotlight. Okay, I think you should take over.
Thanks, Bryn. Hi, guys. If you haven't noticed, I'm hanging out in my closet. It's the quietest place in my house, and I literally have like 3 eyelashes hanging on by a thread. If this isn't everybody's current situation, then I don't know what is. But the cool part about all of this is that we can still work, you know, Zoom, social media, being able to work online. I had never had that ability as a stylist before. So I have been with the company for almost 5 years, and I was introduced on Facebook. I had this girl reach out to me. I had never talked to her a day in my life, and she messaged me and asked if she could bring products to my salon. And I had never heard of hair care being in direct sales, and I wasn't very direct sales savvy. I'd never really paid attention. I didn't know much about direct sales, so I was like, yeah, sure, bring it by. Well, in between the time that she brought it by and the time she had asked, I figured out it was direct sales, and I had intended on turning her away and being like, this isn't for me. I don't have time. You know, I was a small salon suite owner. I was working like 60 hours a week trying to get by. We had moved into my mom's house, my husband, my son, myself, to be able to afford that salon. So it was like everything to me. It was my baby. And for the first time in my life, I felt proud to be a business owner. I was a high school dropout, college dropout, you know, like I was the black sheep of the family. That was always the disappointment. So my salon was everything. So I didn't have time for anything else. I felt like, but I got to know Julie more. And when she brought me the products, they sat on my shelf for like 2 months, but I started to get to know Julie, and there was something about her that I was like, I've never seen this before in anybody. I've never in my life had somebody say, I'm going to make $1 million a month with this company. I'd never been exposed to that kind of thinking. And I was like, this girl is out of her damn mind, like believing this kind of stuff. But I was intrigued. So we got to know each other a little bit more. I finally used the products on a set of extensions that was in somebody's head for like 4 months. They were so busted up. And I was wowed. It was the replenished mask, and I could just feel the extensions like take a deep breath of air, like thank you. And I knew that the products were special. So I sent my clients home, my friends home with it, and I was just like, try this, go home with it. I didn't tell them that I was looking at anything, just tell me what you think. And my husband's mother-in-law had been struggling with thinning for the entire 10 years that we've been married, and within about 45 days, it was her 6-week touch-up appointment. She had a whole new hairline of new growth coming in. And I was like, okay, nothing has ever worked for her. We had tried everything. And that's when I was like, all right, I love the products. Let's see what this is about. So yeah, I told Julie, I don't have time for the business. It's not for me. I'm not a salesperson. Like, I never sold retail. I sent my clients to Ulta and beauty brands and whatever, because I could not compete with a leader sale. And being a small business, I couldn't afford to have all of my money tied up in inventory. $1,000 purchase order for somebody like me, and that money sits on my shelf for who knows if that product ever sells. There's a good chance that it could expire before it ever does, and then I'm out that money. Things like that I wasn't really thinking about. So yeah, I asked her, how much money are you making? And she told me, and it was more than I was making. It was twice as much as I was making full time behind the chair, working 60 and 70 hours. And just like Mandy was saying, during that time, I was thinking, I cannot do this for forever. We've sacrificed so much to make this happen. I can't tell my husband that I'm miserable and that my body is breaking down and that my wrists hurt and that my back hurts and that I'm losing my mind because I feel so isolated and alone. I wasn't seeing my family. So I needed this. We were living with my mom. I was 33 years old. What did I have to lose? My situation wasn't going to change unless I did something to change it. And so I said yes. And right away, I was making my salon rent. And something that is really important that I want to cover is how I quadrupled my retail sales when I wasn't selling any retail. And I want to stay on point with that. But yeah, within 2 years, I was paying my salon rent. And then I decided, you know what? This is making me money while I sleep. And if something happens to me and I can't go to work and I'm not making an income, my family, I'm putting my entire family in jeopardy. My husband was a teacher. And so I decided to give it my all and learn everything and that I could. And within 10 months of deciding, like, I'm going to learn this and I'm going to figure this out and I'm going to do this right, like a professional. I'm not going to treat it like a hobby. I'm going to do this. Within 10 months, I had made my first $1 million. Again, I'm a high school dropout. I have never done this before. I'm an introvert. I didn't have a Facebook. I didn't have an Instagram. I was just hungry. So how did I do it? Every client that was in my chair, I was so excited about it because for the first time, my clients saw that in me. And so I was educating. I was constantly educating. When I was at the bowl, I was talking about the importance of scalp health and what anti-aging even is. The beautiful thing about our program, we have a VIP program. So my clients could now get a discount on the products that I didn't have to offer. There was huge incentive for them to refer their friends and family. We have a $20 referral credit for every person they refer. So for the first time, my clients were referring their friends, their family. And what happens when those clients move on to other hairstylists? I lose those retail sales, but not with this. If they're a VIP customer, they're reoccurring orders. So I might lose that client, but I never lose that sale. You guys, I have people that are still ordering with me today after 5 years. I sold them the product one time. I no longer have to sell somebody every time that they send my chair a new products. The company is doing that for me with the flash sales and other promotions. Like, I never had the ability with an online inventory and a website. Right now, there are so many hairstylists that would give anything to be able to move the inventory that they have with a website link. I just got an email from the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation that they're just now allowing people to do that. It should have been an option from the start. Things are changing. The way that we are doing business is changing, and it's more important than ever for people to protect themselves. So the other great part about this is, as I'm talking to my clients about it, other stylists that were in my salon are starting to hear, and they're curious. So now they're selling, and not only am I making commissions off of my client sales, I'm now making commissions off of what that stylist is selling to their clients. Imagine being able to profit off of your competitors. You never have to worry again about, well, that damn salon down the street keeps taking my clients. Well, if you've got your clients locked in with MONAT as a VIP customer, you are always going to have that retention. So I've told you guys a lot. I want to go ahead and pass this off because I know your time is so important. Our next gal, her name is Corrine. she would describe herself as a small town girl from the Midwest, but I said this earlier, I would describe her as so much more. She's a very talented artist, and this girl knows her stuff. She knows these products. She's an ex-Monat hater. She's going to tell you all about it. So I'm going to pass this on over to her. Corrine, are you ready?
I'm ready, girlfriend. Okay, so they're gonna let me know if they can see me and hear me because I live out in the boonies, okay? I got the thumbs up, so we're good. So my story is a little bit different, and I think it's the best part of MONAT is that whether you're a stylist, whether you're not, all these things, we all come together and have equal opportunity in this business. So little backstory on me. My name is Corrine Roth. I am from Hillsboro, Missouri, which I think the population has risen, but it's about 1,500 people. So I was that stylist who, I mean, I couldn't really sell a bottle of $10 shampoo to my clients a lot of times because it was too expensive. I didn't push product. With that being said, I'm a huge science nerd, so I really cared about what was in the product. I would research them. I'm that person using litmus paper, all the things, the pH. I want to know everything about it. Big science nerd. So with that being said, I worked at my mom's salon. She is a salon owner in Hillsboro, and she has an autoimmune disease. And we had no idea that the products that we were using before had so many of these harmful ingredients that we felt like were really contributing to, you know, her autoimmune disease. So I was the biggest hater of MONAT. I claim this as the biggest hater of all time. Did anybody else that's on this call, just give me a hand raise if you said you would never do MONAT, you would never be a part of it. Like, we've all been there. So I was literally telling my clients how, you know, I specialize in high lift blondies. So I was always using the bond builders, the next best thing, like all the things. And you know, whenever you're doing a high lift blondie, you can feel it in the shampoo bowl. You can feel that cuticle and just that you're like, oh gosh, like I hope that this pans out okay. You can do all the things, but at the end of the day, their blonde hair is blonde hair that we just lightened. So I was telling all of them, just like Christina's story, basically, I was publicly saying, don't use these products. I'm not going to guarantee your color. I've heard it makes your hair fall out, like all of the things not to do. And I hated direct selling because I had been in another company where basically I had to sell like 10 tubes of lipstick to make $100. It was a lot of work, a lot of shipping, a lot of inventory. People join these things to make money, not to spend money. So hated MLM, hated MONAT. Well, I publicly put that out there, and one of my stylist friends who I really trusted said, hey, listen, you're always really open-minded. I think you should just at least give it a try. She met me. I tried the Rejuvenique oil, which it's funny that we all talk about this because we actually did not have this planned at all. It's funny to see the similarities. But I used this on my hair, and I hated it. The first time, the second time, the third time, it was weighed down. I hated it. And like I think Christina had said this too, I was still open-minded and wanted to form my own opinion for my clients that I knew had been hearing about it. So I continued to use it the way that they told me to, because you probably heard it's an ongoing joke. Well, you got to wash like this with MONAT. You wash twice and then you do this, and, you know, a little bit goes a long way. And I was just like, whatever, I'm a stylist. I know how to wash my hair. So once I actually used it the way it was intended to, I could not deny the results. That sticky feeling from over lightening my hair and all the things, I just really noticed results immediately. And it wasn't until my husband, we'd always had this argument about me slopping the hair in the shower on the shower wall, like the hair that I would lose in the shower. I'd put a big nasty glob of it on the wall, and he would be like, can you please pick up your disgusting hair? So after a few weeks of using it, he was like, thank you so much for actually picking up your disgusting hair in the shower. And I hadn't been, you guys. That was my first moment that I was like, okay, someone else had to tell me that I wasn't losing as much hair as I normally was. So at that point, I decided I was either going to do, and I'm going to tell you about the different options that we have to purchase, or if you want to get your hands on these products and how our clients get our hands on them in a second. But I was like, you know what? I want the biggest discount. I want to see what this is all about. They have a 30-day money-back guarantee. If I don't like it, I'm going to return it. You know, we spend money at the salon, hundreds of dollars on product that don't work, that I have a graveyard in my bathroom anyways. What's one more? So use the products of my clients, did not even tell them that I was using something different. And I just like everything, I wanted to see their honest opinion on it. They were going crazy about it. They're like, what did you just use with my hair this time? How do I get it? And you guys, I don't have extensions in right now. I was just bright red, vivid red. I don't know, maybe a year ago, but my hair is thin and brittle and fine, and it hates to be lightened. And for me to have my extensions out and have this good of hair is not normal for me whatsoever. So they were raving about it. And basically it just really organically happened because I was so excited about sharing these products. I was getting messages all the time from my pickiest clients saying, oh my gosh, you weren't over bluffing this. Like, these are amazing products. So by me just simply sharing that, it went on to about that first month, I remember making about a $500 paycheck. And for us at the time, just like many of us, that's a Saturday home with my baby. You know, that's some time that I have, because I had a 2-year-old at the time that I didn't see for meals. I missed all the family meals, every Saturday birthday party, all those things. And so something I was praying for was some freedom to that and a retirement plan. And maybe I could go on a vacation one day and all of these things. And I had no idea that MONAT would be the vehicle to that. So organically, me sharing that, I got a few $100s of a paycheck. And I was so excited and passionate about that I actually had, you know, we all have those clients sitting in our chair, and we're these therapists, right? Like, we know all of their stories and we cry with them and we feel everything that they feel. And I had this client that I knew was going through infertility struggles at the time. And it was like a light bulb went on when I was telling her, because she was using the product. She also had some hair problems and loved them. And she's like, that's so great for you. I wish I could find something like that. And like a light bulb went off, and I was like, I don't see why you couldn't do this. Actually, you know, all the tools are there. We get trained on the products, on how to build a business, all these things, more training than I've ever had on any other product line. And I've used them all. So she ended up joining as a market partner with me on my team. I'm like, what the heck is going on here? I've never done this before. So, it happened very organically. And in about 4 months, we had earned the car, the Cadillac, which was, you know, that's not a bad thing. Pretty cool. You know, the trips were on the line, like all of my friends going to Las Vegas without me having to take off work and lose out on money. And I hit the top tier of the company within like 7 months. It was just insane. So my whole team is really made up of these, we call ourselves kind of the average Joes. And after hearing all of these amazing women speak, you know, from so many different backgrounds, I've always been so inspired. I remember watching Mandy before. She was one I learned how to do a shadow root from on YouTube, you know, and I had no idea she was affiliated with MONAT. But in what world do we get to be a level playing field to work with these women? You know, it's crazy. It's such a blessing. So it's been 3 years now. Our life is completely different. I did choose to retire into MONAT and do hair whenever I want to. And I feel like the passion for me doing it is so much more, because it's not, you know, looking at every client like, I have to do this to pay this bill this month. You know, I do it because I genuinely love to do it. So with that being said, I feel like, you know, when we were talking about doing this call for you guys, we're like, what is the things that we really wish that we could hear and that someone could have said to us? And I feel like for stylists, it comes down to the products, how it's going to benefit your clients, and how it's going to benefit you. So with the products, they've all talked about this, but this Rejuvenate oil goes beyond anything we were taught in beauty school, and how it can penetrate all the way to the center of the hair and heal from within. That's something that we didn't even know was out there, but it truly does this. The technology behind so many of these amazing products, you can see them perform. Products are amazing. Here's the thing. You have these clients that, you know, maybe have allergies to certain things, or they need the gluten-free, or they don't want it to be tested on animals, or it needs to be made in the USA, or all these different hair types, or they just like to shop on Amazon Prime and they want it at the click of a button without you having to be there. That is literally what this does for you, and they're amazing products. So that's a little tidbit on that. As far as your clients go, I had to look at it like this. Do you ever feel like, I know around Christmas time especially, I love my clients so much, I wanted to give them not only what was best for their hair, but I wanted to treat them with a little gift. And if I would have done that out of my pocket, let's say a free product for Christmas, it would have cost me so much money. So what I loved actually the most probably about MONAT was, aside from just the products, was that every single month that they decided to place an order, MONAT gives them a free, only for you, exclusive product as a thank you just for being a customer. They get so excited about this. I love seeing it. So as our clients, we have the free product. They get at least 15% off. They can actually bundle and get up to an additional 25% off. like, I don't forget which one of us was talking about this, but the refer a friend program. Guys, think about this big picture. You're using a mask on your clients behind the chair. They love it. They go tell their friend who's asking for recommendations on Facebook about this amazing mask that helped their hair that their stylist used. No one benefits in that except for these big companies that sell out to diversion a lot of times for us, and our clients can find these products in the frozen meat section at Costco or Target or wherever. But in MONAT, if your client uses this product or you use them on them, and they go tell their friend about it, they get an affiliate link where each of them gets $20 off of their next order. So organically, again, people want to share this because there's something in it for them. In addition to the amazing product, they get free product credits. You build a business, you make commission off of that. It's crazy. Okay, then we have the flash sales. They highly discount these flash sales to where it'll be sometimes like buy one, get one free. And it really, like, MONAT does all the marketing for us to get people trying new products and building your business for you, educating them, you know, educating you on how to build a business and talk about these products. So then we have you. Why is it better for you as a stylist? We have the products are amazing. Your clients are getting a benefit from doing it this way. Now, what about you? So I know that we had talked about residual income. That's a huge factor. And it's a big topic. So I just encourage you to research it because there's nothing else like it. And there's very few things that you can get it. But when you look at Forbes, okay, Forbes talks about how the time to join a company is whenever they're still going global and they're launching new products. And guess what? We're in both of those situations right now. Social selling is the way of the future. Everybody wants an affiliate link or to pay you to talk about their product. I mean, even Amazon's doing it and they're paying people like pennies on the dollar to talk about it. So this is the way that the selling culture is going. Then on top of that, we have average people just like you and I and everyone else on this call has a level playing field. We all start at zero with nothing. You build your business the way that you want to. There's a system laid out for you to do it. Make it as big, whether maybe you're just trying to pay for, you know, a Saturday off or just help your clients, or it's your retirement or your 401k or vacation or whatever it may be. Or maybe you do want to retire someday and have this as your main source of income. All of those things that can truly do that for you. Okay, so really with that being said, I just want to tell you guys that there's a couple ways that you can get involved in this, and we actually have a special for you after this. We're probably going to wait about 5 minutes after I end here and do a special onboarding. If you have decided to make this a choice for you and get started in your business, we are going to do a special stylist onboarding. But there's 3 ways that you can get involved, and all of your customers and clients as well. So if you want to stock your shelves full of stuff, you can still do that with MONAT. You purchase at your steep discount as a market partner. You can stock your shelves with retail. Your clients can order from retail. And actually, not just your clients, but every country that we're in, every state that we're in, you got a grandma up in a different state from you. Guess what? She gets to be your client now, and it ships straight from MONAT, which is based in Miami, Florida, USA based, right to her door. So retail, you can do that either way. Stock it or have someone purchase it from your link. Then we have the VIP program. I already talked to you about all the benefits of that. There's no weird auto ships. It's a flexible program, so they get the product when they want it, what they want. And then they get at least 15% off, even up to an additional 25%. Everyone wants to be a VIP. Then we have market partner, which is obviously what we are. So you're either spending money, saving money, or making money. And if you are choosing to be a market partner in this company, you guys, when I started 3 years ago, they had this vision that they wanted to be the #1 luxury anti-aging brand in the world. And I was like, you are absolutely insane. That's probably not going to happen. It's a really great product. But guess what? If there's one thing I know about this company, they have integrity and trust. And if they have a vision and set their sights on something, they're going to do it. So I would just leave you with this. That they've already proven the track record that that's what we are now. And looking into the future, they have such big goals to impact 1 million families positively through $500 or more a month. And that's where we're going. We're going global right now. We're launching new products. We're tapping into skincare. This is going to be the biggest household luxury anti-aging brand, not just hair care and skincare, in the world. So think about these big companies that you know, like Mary Kay, that's been around forever and ever. You know, imagine getting in on that, or Amazon or Apple back years ago before they were really, really big. That is really where we're going with this. So I just encourage you guys, reach out to the market partner that invited you to this. And I hope that you will choose to do this with us, because we are not even on the same teams at all. And we just come together because we truly call ourselves MONAT family. And we hope that you decide to be a part of this and we can help you with that. Now, with that being said, I think we're going to take a short little 5-minute break, grab yourself a little quarantini, and then meet us back here for some stylist onboarding so that we can help you get your business started, girlfriend.
Okay, so, oh, are you ready? Here we go. There we go. All right, if you are still on this call, you either are a market partner, want to relaunch your business, or you are a stylist that is very excited to join us, or you just joined us. And we want to congratulate you on making the biggest